All right. Give me a second to get into the game. Nice background music. Thanks. It was just the game on the main menu. Hold on, let me get the... There we go. Alright. I'm ready to go. Alright. Now I need to move this to the side so I can read the chat. Alright. Is the game progressing? Or like animating on the screen? Yeah, it is. Alright, so this is DDLC stream part 2. Hold on a second. I want a little snack real quick. Nice red shirt, ooh. Thanks. So I paused my game to be here. Which is kind of ironic because I'm playing a game right now. Alright. So we're doing Sayori. So hopefully I do this right. Well, you know what worked last time? I need to finish eating these for a second. You said snack. Yeah, I did say snack. I get what you did there. Nice. Oh, you know what? I need to configure something real quick, actually, in Streamlabs. Alright, let's see if that works. I just added a text box on the right side of the screen. So, hopefully, well, right, would be like right here. This area. Below me. Below the screen. So, now everyone's chat should show up there. I have no idea what you just said. But, now, that should help you guys to know when I finally see the, chat. I guess it could help you judge how far behind the latency is. Alright. I should not have eaten those. Now my teeth are all I got stuff stuck in my teeth and I'm gonna be licking my teeth trying to get it out. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best. I have no idea what you're saying. I can't read Japanese. I'm sorry. Another day passes and it's time for a club meeting already. I seriously have no idea what you're saying. I'm so sorry, Sayori-chan. I don't know what you're saying. And I kind of want to figure that out. Alright, I wonder. Can I'm gonna put this in the Google Translate. That's like the best I can do. It'll give me a rough estimation of what you're saying. However, this is thanks to me because I am the only one. It's just random Japanese? You sure it's random Japanese? It's easier? Oh geez, what have I done? I'm translating all this before I start. Thank you very much for going to the... that's definitely not the photo club. You probably meant something else, but... Now I know what you typed. I can finally get that off my mind and go through the game. Another day passes and it's time for a club meeting already. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Caleb. Yo, Sarah. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Yeah, I don't know what it says, lol. It said, welcome, thank you for coming to the photo club. Which I don't think that's what you were trying to say, but... Eating those was a mistake. I'm just still not used to you being here in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She stumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have just bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Aha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in a book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. He's about to steal some money. Yep. That's what my character's gonna do. That's all he wanted to... Wow, I grabbed my phone right when a text showed up. Although, I wasn't looking at this for a text. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Caleb to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I didn't mean that. Got too absorbed by my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to set the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Gah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though, haha. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Cookies. Yes. Cookies. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Geez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you just seriously do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh, where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Not true. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. The boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have at least heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kinda started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Caleb. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I can't read today. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Caleb! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Hey, I got Sayori again. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know, the festival is coming up. Me and Michael are making some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons, markers, and glue sticks. I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. You're going with Caleb to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Nice. Okay. Ready, Caleb? Yep, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you'd make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds kind of dull. Caleb, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like you said, the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flowers beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now I look in every direction. The once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know, I know. I just meant that's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Haha, don't say that. It's embarrassing. But I guess it does mean I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Siri spins herself around the hallway again. Hey Caleb, this classroom is empty over here. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings a sort of special feeling that I forgot I had into me. The two of us entered the classroom. Sayori heads straight for the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons? Sayori puts a full box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts putting various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine, fine. Now at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Smack. Ah! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and all the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow, 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 ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hand from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark in the center of her head. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Caleb, where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori still makes a silly joke. Aha, what are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out to the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it will be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already running back to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop the crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Ah, sorry, I forgot. Haha. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Caleb. This kind of... What's up? Hey, Bricks. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Eh? What do you mean? You know, how we used to play outside all the time. I always tried to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind or had some trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kinda like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Caleb, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I know it, I'm treating you like that. One second. Alright, I'm back. Let us continue. I guess that's what happened when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Caleb, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it will be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll both end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair to me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. If it's been this wrong already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my high hopes are up. I'm so happy. Suri has this whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Oh. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the club room. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just ready to start sharing our poems. Eh? Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff! Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Aha. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Caleb. Ah, well, Sayori... I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Aha, okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Monica. Hi again, Caleb. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Aha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote with me for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Oh shoot, what happened? Alright. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, and blue, and endless... I can't read. Cacophony of... that's definitely not what that says. Of meaningless noise. The noise. It won't stop. Violent grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing with a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless... Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Aha. I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of the thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I guess I like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and write to put your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Aha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing a tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You'll never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ahaha. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. You mean like when I saved at chapter 1, just in case I get a difficult decision and I actually want to end up going Natsuki or Yuri's route? Who should I show my poem to next, Sayori? Caleb, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one's too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one that feels that way, so the start of Monica breaking the fourth wall begins. Yep. No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki's the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in all my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. Sigh. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. I just gave Sayori a head pat. Or my character did. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Caleb, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped, but being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down to pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm to help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like it's the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, all in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle starlight to make amends. Sometimes a friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time collapsed. And my empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, after all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come, such a hurry. Do they want my bottle that much? I frantically pulled them off the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be more for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I can hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've really been in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It almost is kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is it came out with really good and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Haha, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had the habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki? Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either. Huh? What? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Good to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a bit unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, really hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross, and the world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that. One more little break for a second. Alright, coming back. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I want it to be easy to relate to.
Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of if people would find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares about what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn respect for others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. Wait, is she talking about how like Yuri does not like manga, and Natsuki does, but Yuri doesn't? And Yuri thinks it's weird? Is that why she wrote that? Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. That's why I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is so important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Caleb. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. You know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to do a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see in your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. And I can't read Yuri's poem, so I'm just going to skip. It's a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't really figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own ways. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually focused to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Huh? That's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. Does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's just my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything in just a few days. We just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really know what to do with the last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sori's been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Siri's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Siri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for me to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up these posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. There's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and we each push onto a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we will be able to do. The better we will be able to. The better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if that's what it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Let me get a drink real quick. Where's my drink? Oh. It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around the room at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off with helping everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is called The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is this simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called, Yuri anxiously glances over at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and a structure that she authenticates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the withering fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Finally, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her as she's bewildered even herself. I guess it's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not like we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Hehe. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of like a mirror or your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Someone feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori's is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Caleb liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poems that wouldn't work quite as well with the delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that sort of thing. It's just embarrassing for me to do it in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Caleb. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Caleb lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. Well, it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for the day. I stand up and step in front of the poem. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. So I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much, Caleb. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthusiastic, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for the other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have to worry too much for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard, but I think you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try and write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. Even if it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make it such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Caleb, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's just go already. I'll welcome Sayori once more. Even though it's only been for a few days, a lot of things already changed. But today, Sayori's being more quieter than usual on her way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I'd still walk home with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But, she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to like going home together. I wouldn't ruin that for you. You're so silly, Caleb. You really think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure out you sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to give her the respect and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, I'm debating on whether or not I should keep going or take a break. I'm gonna keep going for a bit. So, I don't think it really matters. I've just been guessing. I've been getting Sayori each time, so. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah, haha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it yesterday? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Eh? I didn't say it like that. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Eh. Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at the desk in the corner room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. My phone just went off for Siri. Alright then. Ah! Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. But the conversation already dispersed with everyone back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've always been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Caleb, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't really say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Caleb. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really been like this. She'd always talk to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask you if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she didn't want to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Caleb. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Siri talks about you more than anything else, you know. Eh? She's been so much happier ever since she joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Siri's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not ever different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Caleb. Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she acts when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try and talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks over to the room where Sayori is sitting. Watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of ordinary. But there's nothing I could do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. But I don't want to share our poems now. Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes back to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Monica first. Hi, Caleb. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to the perform at the festival? Well, making this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Alright, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It'd also make me happy to see. Aha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I'll let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Aha. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and series have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me about how Sarah's been a little off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Ah, well, Caleb, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sarah's been acting so much happier ever since she joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Alright. The lady who knows... Oh my gosh, I hate that it does that. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lonely, lost adrift from the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. When all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry goal expressionless. But a hand catches me in between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look her in the eyes to find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I could speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There's no meaning, there's no purpose, and we only seek the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she rolls me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for the answers are sort of things that would give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I've noticed. It says that everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to worry about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than everyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Writing can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something that you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of you just telling that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things that you can work on. Isn't it much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving? It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And Sayori next. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Caleb. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Sarah, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Eh? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Caleb. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing your own poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... Yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try and find so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you sometimes have to put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life, so sometimes it's just a lot easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No, Caleb, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori, I glance around the room to make sure nobody noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Caleb. Just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that, aha. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm going to go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I could say anything, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the club and humming to herself. That's not good. Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but that's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm trying at least. What are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in the clubs has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Good. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. Haha. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever even happened. Sayori never showed us a poem, did she? I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonders over the years, but today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light, the walls in your mind melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about every day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in the way that you had left long ago. This is like a song. This is a poem that's like a song. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Watch your insecurities in the salty sea and I'll let you see, and let me see you shine. And leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in a windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll have to learn to love yourself again. Yeah? I felt like if I kept writing about negative things, so I wrote something that was a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write about anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and came up with a message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized that we kind of wrote the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy? Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. That ended abruptly. Well done, Caleb. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first. Alright, after this conversation with Yuri, I'm going to save and I'm going to be done. It is getting to that time and my eyes are starting to hurt. But now it seems like everyone is enjoying and sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's fun trying to get to know everyone in their writing, and I guess I could do some writing myself. Well, have you learned about anything about yourself, Caleb? Eh? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer, and even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Eh? For me to have to become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always have to overthink and come to these sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking. Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright, do you want to share your poem now? Okay, here. And I cannot read your... Oh, she talked about it at the beach. Look at that. I can't really read this, so skip. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an insane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose it's better to compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it was no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. Not that I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be really refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. They both pretty much talked about the same thing at the end. Alright. I'm going to save right here. And I am going to be done, so thank you all for tuning in. I'm the only viewer right now, so that worked out. And I will resume the stream sometime in the future. Definitely not tomorrow, actually. I will not be able to do it tomorrow. But I will resume this soon. So, thank you for